All right. Welcome in, everybody. Phil Nagy and Kit Nagy joining you. Week 17, second to last game of the season for our Sim Browns, and everyone still matters. A chance at the number 1 overall seed right now, currently sitting at number 2. Number 4 right there on your screen has been a pretty big part of the second half of the season resurgence. Again, not that we were in bad shape with number 6, but number 4 has done some good things for us as well. Kit, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Excited to be here. Excited to wrap up the season in great shape for the playoffs here. You're just talking about the seeding there, and number 4 has been a big part of that. This team has been electric at times, and certainly seeing some exciting things on offense and on defense. And hopefully this is what we have to look forward to in the 2022 season for the real Browns.
Sure, we'll get into it once the Browns are on defense here, but a big payday and an incredible deal once again for Andrew Berry, locking up one of the best cornerbacks, still making him feel appreciated, paying him the most, but somehow he's only going to count as $5 million against the cap this year, which is just bonkers for Andrew Berry to keep doing that.
Yep, he is really good at what he does, and he has been an absolute game changer for this organization. In fact, that whole hiring group together, those three, just really have done so much for this organization, and it's really starting to show.
It absolutely is. All right, first play of the game, Burrow's going to give it to Mixon, and he'll be stuffed short right at the line of scrimmage by Ronnie Harrison. Great job to shoot the gap there for Ronnie. Welcome in, Keith. Welcome in, George. Is that what we're calling the Bengals now? The team down south instead of the team up north? There's a long post pattern that's going to be caught for 15 yards and a first down.
Well, the fact that they're competitive now, and that we're potentially competitive also, or would hope we'll be competitive. This very well could be a back and forth series between the Browns and the Bengals for years to come, with the way that both of those rosters are built.
Absolutely. Oh, what a play to Marvin Leal!
Wow.
He pushed the right guard, Alex Kappa, into Joe Burrow.
Yeah, tackling a man through his blocker. He didn't even have his hands around him. He just pushes him directly into Joe Burrow, trips him up. That is an impressive bull rush right there, as you just see his overpowering his man. That was incredible.
Welcome in, TTF. Welcome in, Applied. Good to see you guys. That was shades of Joey Bosa against Penn State, where he pushed the tackle into the quarterback there.
That's right.
McSorley, right?
That's right. But anyway, so back to that point being that, this may be the fight over who's going to dominate the AFC North for years to come with these rosters.
Absolutely, and these quarterbacks for sure. There's the new tight end, Hayden Hurst. He's going to pick up 6 on a 3rd and 4, another first down for the Bengals. Keep the chains moving for Zach Taylor, who got a contract extension. Is probably deserving if you get yourself to the Super Bowl.
Yes, Keith, we're absolutely stoked about the contract that the Warden signed. So good to see that, and he is just a foundational cornerstone type piece for this franchise. So very, very excited.
There's another handoff right up the middle to Mixon. He'll be dragged down really near the first down line. Looked like it was Ronnie Harrison again, and they're going to go ahead and give him the first down yardage. So effective running attack after that first TFL. Here's another one up the middle. Winovich and Taven Bryan combining to get in there. Looked like it was 99. Taven Bryan who was able to knock him down. Short of a much bigger gain. Here is Burrow, throw it right side, wide open, kind of a little flag route to the corner. And Ward looked like he had gone deeper in maybe a quarter's look. And T. Higgins brings it down 21 yards, first down, Bengals. Yeah, Keith, I think in many ways, and what some other pundits that I listen to and appreciate have said, is that it looked like they were definitely trying to get that one done first, and then even as you saw yesterday, they quickly did 3 more roster moves. So I think that they're going to be able to finish up free agency now that this one's taken care of. 2nd and 10 after a nice PBU for Troy Hill. They fake the jet sweep, give it to Mixon, and it'll go down immediately to Marvin Leal. There he is again.
Yeah,
big time play, 3rd and 10.
Off to a big start in this game. He's making his presence very much felt there, as we saw the huge sack earlier and then a quick tackle through the gap there.
Here's a dump off right side and a great tackle in space. Ronnie Harrison brings down James Cook. Remember we talked about him, running back out of Georgia, brother of Dalvin, who is the sort of 3rd down back this year. And he's going to be brought down short, and so they will kick the field goal. Here's Evan McPherson. He is money, and he is up, and he is good. 3-0 Bengals after their first drive. Yeah, applied. It still feels like having what we currently have rostered. No offense to Sheldon Day. He doesn't move the needle for me as a defensive tackle. So unless they really feel like that's something they're going to be able to hammer hard in the draft as the defensive end position and tackle position, then you'd have to assume that more help is coming.
Yeah, I do think that's the case. I think they're going to address it both in the draft and probably some form of a free agency pickup. Whether or not that's Hicks, I don't know. But certainly I think they'll find somebody that they like to bring into that room, because they do tend to go with a veteran starter type to pair up with the younger talent that they draft. That's kind of their MO.
All right, first play of the game. It's going to be Dearness Johnson. Breaks one tackle, falls over the 20 to the 23, 4 yards, and a good run on first down for Dearness Johnson.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with Platt. I don't think we're going to see Sheldon Day start. He'll be a good rotational piece, though.
Little slant. Guess who? David Njoku, current franchise leader in catches, and maybe headed that way for yards as well, as he has just been absolutely spectacular in the sim for us this year.
Yeah, he certainly has, and what a season for him, and really how he blossomed, being made the number 1 tight end here in Cleveland. And I think there's some potential for that to be the case. We'll see what happens, especially with Watson throwing to him. But we'll see what happens. He could be an outlet for Watson, which, if that's the case, maybe Ozzie Newsome has to look out for his record to possibly be broken.
That's true. Here's a late throw over the middle and just a teeny bit behind George Pickens. Incomplete. Okay, thanks for that intel, Dion. Dobbs' number, obviously Anthony Walker recently taking number 5. Here's an out route and a sweet little block from Peoples-Jones, which frees up the Chief.
Yeah, we just saw that.
Shoves Eli Apple.
We just saw that in the Commanders game, where
Yes.
it was like that little, almost looked like it was set up to be a pick, but it's actually a block. As they come across, it's thrown early enough that the guy running the cut in that would create the pick is actually just set up as a free blocker right in the position. Really nicely timed, and I like that little combination. It's working well with Njoku on that end of it.
Indeed, hard count, and then looked like maybe Jack Conklin popped up early. We're not going to get to see who the penalty was on.
Yeah, absolutely agree, Applied. I think Abercrombie, as we've dubbed him, Harrison Bryant, is so good, has all the raw potential to be really excellent, and if we can get some consistency from him, he will be great for the Browns.
Indeed, 1st and 15. He's got Cooper on a long dig route. Gets just about all of it back. Going to set up a 2nd and very short. And actually, Cincinnati going to challenge this one. I'm not sure if they thought that he absolutely had possession of that ball.
I think they're trying to, it definitely gets both feet down well. I think they're wondering whether or not that foot being out there, but that's awfully late after possession. So there's no question in my mind that was a catch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Wendell. I think DPJ is set up to potentially have a very good season. I hope he does. That would be really fun.
All right, 2nd and 2. Shotgun look. Give it to Nick Chubb. Following his blockers, he'll get tripped up in the hole. Fall forward for 3 yards. That's enough for a first down.
And that's one of the things about Watson, as 504 brings up. That's one of the things that he is known for, is how he elevates guys around him. I think that's going to be the case. It's another nice little out to Dearness there. But yeah, I think Watson is a guy that elevates the players around him, and DPJ certainly is look at what he's done, even with only like he's been targeted something like 76 total times for the Browns, and he's like carrying an 18.8 yards per catch average. And I mean, the guy's doing incredible things already. Put a little bit of consistency behind that with a guy that's going to elevate you, and look out, DPJ could be very, very good, as he's kind of showing himself to be a contested catch wizard out there.
Mm-hmm. Third and short, when in doubt, find 85, put it in his gut. 107 catches now for David Njoku. Here's a real quick throw to the right side. It's the Chief again. 10, 5, falling forward to the 2, give him the 1 yard line. David Njoku, already 4 catches for 56 yards on this drive.
Yeah, look at him get skinny there, just avoiding 2 tacklers closing in right there. So nicely done by the Chief. That was bonkers.
Yes, it was. All right, here's a turnaround. They give it to Stanton. They like going to him. Oh, he kind of gets knifed. Looked like he got knifed in the back.
Yeah, that looked painful.
Go down. Yeah, that looked like it could have been painful for sure, as the tackle was made by the linebacker on this one. Here's a handoff up the middle. Nick Chubb kind of gets stuck immediately by Hubbard, and he'll actually lose what appears to be a yard or so. Now 3rd and goal from the 1. Sam Hubbard. Good stop.
Yeah, Platt, I agree. I think there is going to be a wide receiver signing of some sort. Landry is certainly possible. I think that trip to New Orleans for him was a bit of potentially leverage to try to. I think he's still interested in the Browns, but I think he's trying to leverage his case a little bit. But we'll see what happens. I certainly would love to have Juice back. He's such a heart and soul guy.
4th and goal, touchdown, Amari Cooper. Sweet little out route from the slot, and a huge touchdown on a 4th and goal.
That was awesome. What a little scheme there to pop him open on that little flat route there, the bench concept, and he just pops right open there. Nothing they could do in that zone. Linebacker wasn't in a good position, and their safety on the outside had to make up a lot of ground. So not a lot they could do there. Nicely schemed up.
Absolutely. All right, 7-3, so both teams score on their opening drives. Browns, how about a 6-minute opening drive? And good to see Amari Cooper get into the end zone, and now with 905 receiving yards, he is 2nd on the team behind the Chief in that category. 62 catches as well. And again, we didn't know he was on the Browns until about, week 4, maybe week 4 or 5. So some of those statistics do belong to the Cowboys. All right, James Cook taking a knee in the end zone. I think the Bengals they might be 7-8, Nick. Your Ravens are 10-5 right now. Browns are 11-3-1. So it's pretty much going to be Baltimore and Cleveland both getting into the playoffs. It's just a matter of who's going to win the division and who will be the top wild card team at this juncture. Here's a quick out of the backfield flare out to Joe Mixon, and he's got a nice first down to the 39. Burrow quietly 5 of 6 for 60 yards here. Again, pretty high-powered first quarter. Right side, Mixon. Oof! Sit down, Delpit, but JOK comes to avenge his teammates, and it ended up being a 4-yard loss, but Grant Delpit might be looking for a couple of teeth.
Yeah, that was quite a shot he took there from Nixon. Nixon's not really known as the bruiser type, but he certainly let it be known there.
He did. Here's a 2nd and 14, a little drag across the middle to Tyler Boyd, and Sione Takitaki patrolling his zone well, brings him down immediately. 504, I don't remember off the top of my head, but they're not. It's not.
Yeah, they struggle.
They're worse. They're worse than the Bengals are for sure. As Burrow's going to get hit as he goes deep. Left side, double coverage, and he overthrows everybody. T. Higgins was the intended target, and so a punt upcoming for the Bengals.
And I think the ref's smart to leave the laundry off the field on that one. It looked like it was uncatchable, but certainly probably, if this were a real Browns game, you'd be afraid that might have been a flag just because they like to do that. Although, what a great punt from blanking on his name.
J.K. Scott is their punter.
Yeah, J.K. Scott.
So, 1st and 99 to go here for the Browns. They're going to stretch it to the left side with Kareem Hunt. He's going to Truck stick nobody to the 15 to the 20. How about getting out of the shadow of your end zone with that carry from Kareem?
Yeah, that'll do it. Love the 2 rushes for 20 yards there. 10 yards a carry certainly is going to get it done. Gotta love that.
Yeah, when his first one was -2.
Yep.
Motion coming from the Chief here once again. Watson under the center. Nick Harris back to pass on a first down. Now in trouble, and he'll go down in the pocket. Batonio kind of gave up on it. B.J. Hill re-signed, of course, was a free agent. I came over in that trade, actually. They traded Billy Price for B.J. Hill at the beginning of last season, and B.J. Hill played very well for them next to Ogunjobi and D.J. Reader in the middle, and ends up getting re-signed. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy and Kit Nagy. First quarter done here. We're in week 17. One more week in the regular season. The Browns end in Foxborough with an opportunity to play potentially spoiler, as that AFC East, as we cataloged in our last one, is very, very tight. Anybody can win it at this juncture except the Dolphins. Here's a 2nd and 17. Watson, he'll throw it to the left side just to bail out. Oh, it's going to be caught by Njoku going out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup sets up a 3rd and 12. Dion, I recognize that tight end's name, but I have not seen that receiver's name. As a huge windup from Watson here is going to chuck it really far to the left side. Single coverage, Pickens got it!
Wow.
First down, Browns at the 13-yard line.
Well, that's why you go and get a big-bodied receiver to put opposite Amari Cooper, because, you know, if he can go and do something like this, which, by the way, Pickens has a lot of juice in terms of as a guy that folks want the Browns to go and draft. He's got a lot of juice behind him.
44, yeah.
Yeah, if he's available, he might be a great pickup. There's a lot saying that he would be really valuable if he's still there. But if he can go and do something like that, look out.
Absolutely. Empty backfield now on a 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Spin move from Hill again, and Batonio, 2 sacks given up on this same drive. Has just got a spin move that was devastating that time. Watch this replay. He's just completely overmatched by B.J. Hill. Realistic or not, it happened.
Yeah, Batonio's pretty hard to get by like that.
Nick, I think a fair amount of our subscribers do live in Cleveland, just because Kit and I do not. Here's a throw to the right side, and the Chiefs going to get a lot of it back to the 10-yard line. Man, he's just been so reliable this year.
Yeah, he sure has, and just really seems to have put it all together in our sim here. Really found his timing, his sense of the field, his kind of solved his drop issues, kind of all put together, and really found a chemistry with Watson, which has been huge.
Yep, here's Chubb up the middle, trying to go sit down with a spin move. It's going to be a lot of work for a singular yard, and that's going to set up a 4th and 6. Interesting choice to run the football. And they will go ahead and trot Cameron Dicker out there, the rookie kicker out of Texas, who's been, again, extremely good for us this season. His kick is up, and his kick is good. Drills it. 10-3, Browns take the lead, scoring on both of their drives. Always a good recipe for success. Just end every drive with a kick, right?
That's right.
All right, James Cook is going to be ripped down right about the 21-yard line. That's Tony Fields, linebacker, a rookie from last year. Didn't play a lot of the season with a foot injury. Again, an athletic kind of undersized linebacker, oversized safety kind of hybrid role. We'll see if he makes a little bit more of some noise this season.
Yeah, certainly a core special teamer, though, and showing up there in a big way. That was a nice tackle.
Yes, it was. All right, here's a run. Mixon left side has got a hole. John Johnson gets up there quickly and is able to throw him down. They will give him a gain of 6 before he is brought down, 2nd and 4.
So, Earl, I mean, the most noteworthy thing I would say from OTAs is the fact that Watson was there and that Mayfield wasn't. Otherwise, not a lot to report on that front in terms of they're not really allowed to do much of anything. They're allowed to meet and they're allowed to lift, and that's about it. They can't even do, out on the field anything. Coaches can't be out there with players. They can't have 7-on-7 against air, nothing. They can't do any of it. So,
Correct.
so they
But
can't
some of
even
the
have
pictures
balls.
from the team looked like the majority of the starters were there. So
Yeah, no,
Amari
I think,
Cooper was there. Obviously, Denzel was there. The whole new quarterback room was there.
Yep.
Minus, if you're Baker Mayfield, why would you show up to anything at this point?
No, there's no reason for him to show up. I mean, but
That's not surprising.
no. So that's the only thing noteworthy. They attended meetings, they got their message, and they started into the setting the stage, setting the culture for the season coming up.
Yeah, they did. I mean, there was a picture where it looked like Watson was breaking the team down. So, leadership, at least photographable leadership.
Right.
Early on is another run up the middle for Mixon. They have really been pounding Mixon early and often here. Have the Bengals in Zach Taylor's scheme. So far, a shotgun look now for Burrow on a 2nd and 7. And it's a little bit of a delayed handoff, maybe an RPO, and it's going to be read pretty quickly by Myles Garrett, who will chase him down 3rd and 6. Here's Burrow now on a 3rd and 6. Back to pass. Myles gets around Collins, fires right side. Burrow got his man at the sideline. Tyler Boyd. First down, Bengals, as Myles Garrett needed about another half second of coverage to be able to level Joe Burrow after he got around La'el Collins, their new right tackle.
It looked like he hesitated there for something, not sure what. Like he thought maybe that Burrow was going to try to take off, so he broke down like he was waiting for Burrow to run. But if he just kept going, he probably had that sack.
1st and 10 now inside the 25, call it the 22. Burrow under center, rookie James Cook is in the backfield, and he'll get the football. Left side, James Cook, and he's got a nice run. Delpit shuts him down at the 14.
Yes, Earl. I think that's absolutely fair. I think that's exactly what's happening. That's what Clowney does. I do think there's a lot of momentum behind him actually coming back. I think that's. I don't know that I'd say it's going to happen yet, but there's a good chance of it at least, and. I think he's pretty happy there. I think he's excited to play with Deshaun Watson again, and I think the Browns are going to give him a reasonable offer. So I think good shot he does come back. But yeah, I think sitting out is a big part of why he hasn't done anything yet.
3rd and 1. Here, shotgun for Burrow. Give it again up the middle to Mixon. He hits Leal and bounces off of him for the first down. Grant Delpit does make the tackle, just a 2-yard gain, but they only needed 1. First down and goal now for the Bengals all the way back at the 10-yard line. Actually, it looks like they can get a first down inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Rick, he'll show to the mandatory portions because otherwise he's going to get fined. So, because he is part of the roster, assuming he's still on the roster, which...
Yeah, I don't think that he will be at this time. I think they're just waiting for the draft to get over. And the quarterback-needy teams, you're starting to hear more smoke about Seattle actually being involved and Carolina actually being involved. So,
right. Well, and also
it's a big game of chicken and trying to give Andrew Berry a reason to try to keep some of that salary. I think is where we're at.
Right, and don't forget it could also be done on draft day itself. It could be part of a draft day maneuver also.
Very possible indeed. Here's a 3rd and 5. Back to pass. Burrow. Myles gets around his man. So does Winovich, and Myles will get the sack at the 15-yard line. Myles Garrett, and somehow he instantly transports to the sideline to pump up the crowd.
I don't know how he did that, but he certainly didn't.
That was awesome.
He certainly didn't delay that time. He came right off that edge. He was right there, ready for that sack. Very nicely done.
La'el Collins again, who is on the record saying, "No one's going to touch you now, Joe." Myles absolutely abused him a couple weeks ago when we played the Bengals for the first time. Earl, I'll definitely have it on just because I'm a fan of football.
Same.
But, yeah, and you never know. I mean, who knows? Maybe Andrew Berry's got something up his sleeve. Maybe there's somebody that he really likes and they'll trade back in. I mean, you never know.
And maybe that's part of that, that possible Baker Mayfield as draft fodder trade. Who knows who they could find and target late in the first that they might try to get back into it.
Yeah. I saw today that Deebo Samuel is demanding a trade.
Yeah, I saw that.
Interest you in Deebo Samuel? I think Baker would do really well in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How about Deebo for Baker, just straight up? All right, 10-6 now after McPherson puts it through. About 5 minutes to go here for Watson in the offense to try to get a few more points on the board. Watson looks like he's going to roll now. He steps up right to the line. He's going to throw it open. Cooper, first down to the 40. He knew right where that line of scrimmage was, held the ball, and delivered a nice throw to Amari Cooper.
And that was beautiful because he actually suckered the defenders to come off the man and then threw it right past them to get
awesome.
Bunch of chunk yard. To see them coming off the route right there, that's because he was threatening the line of scrimmage. And that was actually a great shot of it. We really got a good look at it because he's threatening with his feet. And that's what, a guy like Deshaun Watson will bring to us is he's threatening to run. He can throw it downfield and find those guys. He's that kind of a dynamic weapon, and that is such an advantage that we just have not had in Cleveland, at all.
For sure. Kareem Hunt left side, 1 yard gain as they stretch it. Those stretch yards seem to go for no gain or big gains. That was a no gainer. Here comes Watson rolling the pocket again, left side. Throw! He tried to throw it back across his body. That one sounded like it hurt. Trey Hendrickson will sack the quarterback back to the 37-yard line, brings up a 3rd and long for the Browns.
And in that spot, almost glad he takes the sack instead of trying that what's probably a very dangerous throw. That smelled like Pick City.
Yes, it did. Here's a 3rd and 13. They go with a short drag route to Peoples-Jones. Kind of throws it behind him to avoid getting crushed by Akeem Davis-Gaither. But it is short of the line to gain.
Yes, Earl. I assuming that Watson is going to be back to form. Yes, we haven't seen him in a year, so we don't really know what does he look like till he's actually out there playing football on the field. But assuming he's able to get back to form, he is easily top 5 quarterback in the NFL level of elite. And if he can bring that skill set to bear, it's not like that goes away, I don't think. But if he can bring that to bear, then yes, I think you should absolutely be optimistic about Deshaun Watson. Indeed.
All right, so a punt for the Browns inside the 20 for Bojorquez. They'll take over at their own 17. 10-6, Browns lead, 2:54 to go. Joe Burrow under center. He's going to be back to pass. He's got a little stop in the middle, kind of a slant, but stop from Jamar Chase. And he'll pick up 9 yards, 2nd and 1, as we trickle down towards the 2-minute warning. Welcome in, B. Burrow, quick little throw to the right side to Tyler Boyd. JOK knocks him down aggressively, but it is a first down, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. 11 for 13 now for Burrow. He's had a very efficient first half. Again, in a game of 2 very, very strong, highly rated teams, both in real life and in Madden life. Back to pass Burrow. Leal breaks through, but he gets rid of it quickly. He's got the tight end Hayden Hurst, who's their free agent pickup this year. Again, CJ Uzomah is in New York playing for the Jets. Miles absolutely buries Collins over the middle. Hit big! Wow, what a hit there. Looked like it was Ronnie Harrison who got a hold of him, and they're going hurry up. Throws it left side, tipped up in the air by Newsome, tipped and then dropped it, knocked out of their hands again.
Wow.
2 PBUs on the same play.
That was incredible.
Greg Newsome. That was awesome. Jamar Chase, the receiver over there with him.
Yeah, Newsome really just never gave up on the play on that one. He just, at first he gets his hand on the first pass and then never gives up on it, doesn't give Chase a chance to come down with it. Nicely done.
And they're moving quickly here with these short chunk plays. They call their first timeout now. We're at 57 seconds. Beautiful day in the land here for a Week 17 matchup. Again, this is the last home game of the year. The Browns will end in Foxborough. Kit and I will have that one for you here in the next day or so, as we could try to get a good chunk of the playoffs in before the real NFL draft. Because we're still, about 8 days, 7, 8 days, 9 days away from the draft.
It's coming right up.
It sure is. NFL never sleeps.
Nope.
By their king. First to 10, now we're at 31 seconds. Back to pass, Burrow. Skinny post, Jamar Chase. He's got the ball and a first down. Really good throw, good route, good catch. Newsome had really good coverage, but it didn't matter that particular time. First and 10, now 16 seconds, and the Bengals are going to use their last timeout here. Interesting choice. So they got to go to the end zone, or throw this one incomplete, or have somebody step out of bounds. Here's a quick little out route from Mixon, and he will step out at the 7. They'll keep going now with 12 seconds. This is a gamble. A gamble for digital clock management Madden. They got to be in the end zone. Fires right side. Hurst, he's short. They're going to keep him out, and there's no way. That'll get all the way to half, and that's it. They blew a chance at points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. As Bo Bishop would say, you blew it, boy.
That's right. You blew it, boy. I know. I know, Earl. He is a wizard, and they still have like the third most cap room in the league with all of those star players under contract. And that's why he's a wizard. All right, Jakeem Grant up to the 19-yard line. 221 to 200 total yards so far. Browns getting the football here to start the second half. Let's see what they can do. They're going to give it to Kareem Hunt. He's going to fight his way up the middle and run into a couple of linebackers, Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson specifically. 2nd and 8 for the Browns.
Yeah, if you don't think the Browns are in a win-now mode, look at what he did by extending a guy and creating cap space in the process.
Yeah.
I mean, we are very much in a win-now window. And, with Deshaun Watson, realistically, that window can last a long time. But we're definitely in it to win it right now.
Watson steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike. He's got Peoples-Jones. First down to the 34. Nice play there. He didn't get rattled in the pocket. He stood in there nicely, waited for the route to develop, and delivered a strike. Turn around, give it to Dearness Johnson, and he will go down immediately. Trey Hendrickson there to shut the door. Actually going to give him a tackle. -1. Oh, I don't think we need to see the replay, but thanks for trying to show me at least. Flip it over, same formation, left side. This is that formation where Nick Chubb lines up as a fullback and Dearness is the tailback. They'll run it the other direction. He does a nice little bank cut, and he'll trip up across the 38. Gets up a nice gain of 4 that time. Gets his lost yard back, and it's a 3rd and 7. Here's a little option keeper for Watson. Let's go, 40, 45, first down, and he'll go down at the 50. Call it the 47 of Cincinnati. First time we've actually seen an option from the Browns.
I like that. That's kind of fun with Deshaun Watson back there to run it, and he certainly had the defender faked out as he pulled the ball.
Did.
Very nicely done. Just don't like the taking contact at the end of this run. I want him to slide instead. Don't be a hero. You don't want to take that injury because we saw what an injury can do to your quarterback over the course of a season last year.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we don't need that kind of PTSD. They're going to stretch it again with Hunt. One of these is going to break for him, like that run from the 1 did. 2nd and 10.
I would be surprised to see a D tackle at pick 44. Honestly, I think it's going to be a wide receiver or an edge prospect. I don't think it's very likely they're going to go D tackle there unless there's one that they really feel like they can't pass up. But I'd be much more expect them to wait on D tackle. I do think they're going to draft D tackle, but just not there at that 44th pick, just because the positional value isn't high enough.
Nice play by Pickens after the catch. Watson threw it late. Pickens got around his defender to extend the play and get a first down. Browns inside the 25. Let's go.
That was sweet. Yeah, I love seeing that out of the rookie.
That was sweet. All right, Watson, turn around, give it to Nick Chubb. Burying his head up the middle for Nick Chubb. 4 more yards. Just 5 touches for Nick Chubb so far in this game. And we're in the first drive of the second half. That's not enough. Watson back to pass. Fires left corner of the end zone. He's got the Chief, and it's going to be knocked away. Good defensive play there by Mike Hilton.
Yeah, and Watson kind of left it on the inside. A hard position for the Chief to come away with that one.
Absolutely. Here's Watson. Here comes pressure. Throwing it. Just didn't quite give him enough air. It looked like Cooper was there for sure.
Yeah, he had him. He had a step.
Yeah, he did.
He had a step.
Didn't quite get enough either oomph on it or air under it to let Cooper run underneath it.
Yeah, he kind of short-armed it was the problem. He didn't have enough strength behind the throw as he was in a bad body position in order to get the body mechanics to work for him. He kind of took like a half throw motion to try to hit him and was not able to get it there.
Absolutely. But Dicker's kick is true, and now 13-6. The Browns take a touchdown lead. I mean, I don't know, Earl. I guess I don't know what good running quarterback stats are.
Well, that's actually what his average is, about 400 yards.
Oh, he's averaging 400 yards a season.
So, I would say, very likely.
Sure, I would say it's a possibility. Now, he shouldn't have to run as much as he did in Houston, certainly.
Right.
Miles again obliterating him, hitting Burrow as he throws into traffic, and it's going to be knocked away. Browns had a golden opportunity at a turnover there.
Yeah, credit Burrow with still getting it to his receiver's hands first.
Absolutely. Even though he took Garrett in the face, he's going to dump it off to the right side to Mixon, and very quickly Troy Hill is there to bring him down. 5-yard gain, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Watson was averaging 2 first downs with his legs a game.
Throw to the right side. Is that picked? Or just stripped away by Denzel Ward? Knocked the ball out of his hands. Nice play by Ward. I thought he had the first down for sure. That's why we paid him.
That's why.
And I don't know if it's real or not, but then I heard Ramsey was like, hey, good job. Somebody else is making a lot of money. And then he's like, now pay me more, Rams.
That's funny.
Or he's like, I'm so happy for Denzel. He totally deserves it. So nice to have another person in the 100 million club.
I saw that tweet. So that was real. I don't know if the demanding more from the Rams is real, but I wouldn't put it past him.
Wouldn't put it past him, yeah. Nick Chubb, 3 yards to the right side after a nice 3-and-out for the Browns defense. Counter look. He's going to go to the right side. Oh, sit down. Go, Chubb, to the 40.
Oh, he's gone.
30, he's going to go. 10, 5, Nick Chubb, touchdown. 67 yards and a stiff arm worthy of Canton.
Wow. That was wild. Let's watch this one back. That was awesome. Look at this right here. Oh, man. Sit down.
Nicholas Jamal Chubb, the dog loves it. You love it, don't you?
That was such a Chubb run right there. I love it. And I look at the other gratifying part about that particular run was not only the stiff arm and the refusal to go down and the physicality of that run, but then that second notch, that third gear he hit when he just hit the open field and just took off. That was very much like Chubb. His open grass running, top end speed is so incredible, and nobody's catching him just like that.
Absolutely.
Yes, George, that stiff arm certainly was filthy. Well, whatever it is, Earl, I'm pretty sure it's about to be broken, probably this first season. Whatever that rushing record. Wendell's saying it's Brian Sipe with that record, not sure. But whatever it was, I'm pretty sure Watson's likely to take that one over pretty quickly. And did we lose Phil? I'm going to assume for a moment that we might have lost Phil here on the audio, because I'm not hearing him. But Bengals running down the clock there, which is interesting. Joe Burrow the pass. Nice hit there for Walker, just filling in from his zone. Bringing the tackler back. It looks like Phil will be back. Will rejoin us here in a minute. The first down there for the Bengals, hitting his tight end over the middle, was Burrow. And Hurst in a nice position, quickly tackled, but not before the Bengals get their first down. Earl, I don't know that he was holding anything back. I think he does try to craft his playbook and his play calling to the players he has. So I don't know that he was holding back necessarily. But I do expect it to be very different with Deshaun Watson. Some things will be the same, but certainly a different feel to the Browns' offense with Deshaun Watson in there, and the play calling will be different as a result because he's a different player.
All right, sorry about that. Had to run the dog. She was doing the I'm going to take a dump on your floor pace dance. So I had to run her upstairs.
I know the one.
No, I didn't get put in timeout, Keith, but I appreciate the sentiment. Here's a big run for Mixon up the middle. He's had a sharp game for sure.
Yes.
Another big run for a first down inside the 35, call it the 33. Troy Hill is the one who brings him down. All right, he's going to climb under center. We got about 4:48 left in the third quarter. Here's another handoff. Winovich chasing, and he's going to get dragged for a few yards before finally bringing Mixon down. Mixon's up to 84 yards on 19 carries. Pressure. Miles getting around the swim. Miles, sit down, Joe. 2 sacks in the day and then rise from the dead. An Easter celebration for Myles Garrett. 3rd and 19. Here we go. Mason, get out of here with that.
No, you don't sign him to trade him. No.
You don't give him the most money ever at the position and then hope to get some draft picks from him. That one's going to be overthrown.
Especially
they're
because
try a very long field goal.
You know what you have in Ward. You do not, just because you have a first does not mean it's a guarantee. I mean, things happen. Especially even with first rounders that should be starters, should be great in the league. There are plenty of the draft is littered with folks that were drafted in the first round that were just
look at
nothing happened.
Some previous Browns first round picks.
Yes, the Browns in particular are littered with. No, I would not expect Barry to do that.
He's way too good. A little bit more. How about Evan McPherson with the 59-yarder? Drilled it. 20-9
nice.
now.
Barely made it over the crossbar, but it did make it.
It did. Here's a little bit of that inside slant kind of split. I hate that run play where the tight end kind of tries to cross block and it never actually works. I should take it out of their playbook. Remember, we are using a playbook that is based on the 49ers playbook, so maybe that's why the Chiefs been so effective, because it's got all those Kittle routes in there.
Yeah, could be.
Here's a drag. Cooper, he's got it at the 20. Tries to break the tackle. Good tackle in space, so it's going to be a short gain. Sets up a 3rd and medium here for Deshaun and the Browns offense. Quick throw. It's over the middle, and it's going to be short. Not really sure what that concept was. That play didn't have a chance of getting past 7 yards.
Yeah, no, you want the receiver to be already set up at 7 yards and the delivery to be past those sticks to begin with. You don't want to put him in a position where he then has to, create the yardage after the catch. That's not the setup you want, because things like that will happen.
Bajorquez is going to boot this one way down, going to completely flip the field from 25 to 25. He's done that for us well. He's got a strong leg. Hopefully that stays for us this season. The Hammer had a strong leg at times.
Mm-hmm.
Just couldn't do it consistently.
That was the biggest knock, consistency.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon once again, Troy Hill, and then eventually John Johnson III combining on the tackle. Hey, Karen, welcome in. Go Browns. Burrow standing there. Now he's going to leave. Now Taki balls out. It's picked up by Leal. He's going to go. Touchdown. A big man touchdown. Scoop and score for the rookie, DeMarvin Leal.
Yeah, defense showed up to play today. That was awesome. Little strip sack action. And Leal right there to scoop and score. Beautifully done from this defense.
Absolutely. First turnover of the day, and it results in immediate touchdown for the Browns. And again, it can't be overstated. If that punt gets fielded at the 40 or something because Bajorquez doesn't boom it, maybe Leal is caught, or maybe that, you just never know.
That's right.
So you take those field position wins whenever you can get them. And the Browns capitalized that time.
Makes such a big difference, and it also really capitalizes here, really emphasizes and highlights the importance of that 3-phase complementary football. We saw all 3 phases right there clicking just the way you want them to, and that just, all throughout this game, that's been such a big part of why the Browns are up 27-9 right now.
Absolutely. Burrow, very quick little throw to the out route on the side. That's Hayden Hurst with his flowing golden locks coming out of the back of that helmet. 6 catches today for Hurst. 2nd and 7. Burrow turns, gives to Mixon up the middle. There's a big mass of humanity. He's going to end up spinning for a yard or two. I think Ronnie Harrison was the one who ultimately brought him down.
No, it was actually Myles Garrett waited for him.
Okay.
Yeah, Myles Garrett from behind, just not giving up on the play at all. He actually chased it. Yeah, he chased it down the line and then followed it back behind the cut. And it was a really impressive play from Myles.
Absolutely. Motion coming from T. Higgins. 3rd and 5. This play's taking a long time to develop. Sure looks like Myles getting held to me. Burrow's going to go deep to the left side. Deep. He's got solo. Chase and JJ3 just swats it out of his hands.
That was like a volleyball spike right there. He's like, no, not for you.
They're going to go for it from their own 20 here. Desperation late for the Bengals.
Well, they've got to score if they want to win this one. They've got a big come from behind, and they've got a big score line to come back from. So,
and they get a nice out route there from T. Higgins, and a first down up to the 37. So gutsy call, but it picks up 17 when all they needed was 5. Clock continues to run. Back to pass, Burrow right over the middle to Hurst again, and look at Greedy Williams just sitting right on his back, ready to knock him over when he catches the football. 2nd and 4 for Burrow. Back to pass once again. Little dig route across the middle, a wide open Tyler Boyd. A lot of the Browns have been pushed way downfield, and he'll pick up a nice little gain to the 44 of Cleveland.
And you got to think the other great thing about signing Denzel is think about how stacked that corner room is. You got under contract Ward and Newsome as your bookends, which is just great in and of itself. But then, Greedy Williams as a backup is incredible, not to mention Troy Hill with the versatility he brings. And then you talk about like A.J. Green and some of those other guys in that room. That is a stacked cornerback room.
Indeed it is. Out route to Hayden Hurst again. So the Bengals driving, but man, they're not doing so very quickly. Short routes down the field, taking time off of the clock. Burrow again, back to pass, fires it. He's got an open receiver. That's Tyler Boyd, another first down. Denzel rides him to the ground quickly. And 30 of 37 now for Joe Burrow.
Well, speaking of, real quick sidebar here, but speaking of, I know a lot of folks have disappointment we're not drafting in the first round this draft, but think about what the Browns have done in that 44 to 52-ish range, 42 to 52-ish range in the last 3 drafts. I mean, you're talking Greedy Williams, who has been an incredible steal for the Browns. You're talking about Delpit. You're talking about JOK. I mean, that is some incredible players for these Browns, like gems that they found. Arguably all 3 of those guys are first-round talent that they scooped up in the 2nd round. If they can do that again, it may not matter that we don't have a first-round pick.
True. 3rd and 11 after the false start, and they're going to run it left side, and Mixon's got a hole. JJ3 meets him, and then it looks like Newsome actually helps push him over the line to gain, and McKinley gets up a little gimpy. Fortunately, it looks like he's just going to be on the sideline, but another first down. 1st and goal now at the 8, but this drive has taken a while. Pittsburgh is 6-9 for whoever was asking, as I see the records at the bottom. Playing the 7-8 Jets. There are 3 teams that are 7-8 in the AFC East: the Bills, the Patriots, and the Jets. All at 7-8, so something's going to have to give, and the Browns-Patriots game next week could be very, very important. Jet sweep, Tyler Boyd. Oh, Winovich ran right past him. Walker whiffed, and a touchdown for the Bengals.
Well, now how important is that going for it on 4th on your 20 and converting there as they score a touchdown and suddenly make this more of a game?
Absolutely. 14 plays, 89 yards. It took over 6 minutes is the only negative part. Browns with an 11-point lead, and we'll get the football back here, an opportunity to kind of suck some air out of it. Jakeem Grant's going to field from about 3 yards deep and bring it out and get tackled at about the 15-yard line. So not the best of choices there. Jakeem, I know you're trying to impact the game, but we would have taken the extra 9 yards.
Time to roll out the Chubb train.
Absolutely. He's lined up as the fullback in front of Dearness Johnson, right side. Johnson, and he picks up a nice little gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Good balance, too. 19 runs, 21 passes.
Yep.
Haven't had to run that many plays with quick scoring, one-play scoring drives and scoop and scores.
Right.
Nice run there for Chubb. Chubb's now at 9 carries for 83 yards. And again, 64 of it, or whatever, 67 of it was one run. 3rd and 4. Under center. Oh, Wyatt Teller popped up early for reasons unknown. Despite the ref pointing the wrong direction, that was on the Browns. 3rd and 9 now. I think this changes your play call from 3rd and 4.
Yeah, pretty sure it does.
Now Watson's going to step up, and Wills lets go of Hubbard, and he's going to get credit for the sack. It looked like Watson was about to take off, but that will be a sack. Actually, the Bengals with 4 sacks have more sacks than the Browns do currently.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. That false start, 3rd and 4, is a very different play call, and potentially you're picking that up and continuing that drive. So those 5 yards, those mental errors, they're big, especially when you look at the way that the field just flipped because of the special teams. You know, the field positioning here on the 43. Bengals in a really good spot here.
Absolutely, down 11. Burrow stands in there tough. Throwing it deep again, left side, he's got a man in the end zone, and it's swatted away again by Newsome. There's another volleyball spike.
That's right. A little underthrow there from Burrow, left it hanging, and the receiver had to just stand there waiting for it. Gave Newsome plenty of time to just kind of. It was almost like a little set drill where he's just like waiting for the ball to be in his hands and swat it away.
3rd and 11. And they're going to set up a screen left side. They complete. He's got a couple of blockers, but Harrison gets out in front of him, and he's going to bring him down after a 4-yard gain. Definitely, of course, going to go for this 4th and 7, but nice play there by Ronnie Harrison.
Very nice play from Ronnie Harrison, able to break across the face of the blocker in front of him, which, that's well read and well tackled outside in space.
4th and 7, it's going to be picked. Troy Hill, he jumps the route to the 40, the 30. Burrow chasing, and Burrow will tackle him at the 13-yard line. The Browns, 1st down.
What a huge game break that was. Troy Hill just read that the whole way, and he's like, thanks, that's mine. And he takes that one away. That was
he was like 4 yards in front of the receiver. He knew exactly what was coming.
That's right, and he just great positioning and great reading of that play. It's like he practiced for that one.
Turn around, give it to Kareem Hunt, fighting, bouncing off tacklers. He'll go for 3 hard-earned yards to the 10.
That 99, if you listen to the Chad O'Shea interview, that 99-yard touchdown interception, a pick 6 from
whoa, wide open, Pickens touchdown.
Nice.
Sorry to cut you off, kid.
Love
wide open, slant. Easy touchdown, and that should probably end this one.
That will. Way to capitalize there on the pick. But no, that was, if you listen to the interview for Chad O'Shea, he talked about how they had prepped specifically for that jerk route with Denzel. And that's exactly what Chase did. Denzel was ready for it, expected it. When he hit that, didn't come on that 3rd step of the slant and then worked back. He knew exactly where the ball was going and was able to jump the route because he knew where the ball was going to be. And that was something they had expected and worked on. And we saw the results of it with one of the biggest highlight reel plays of the season, Denzel Ward scampering down the sideline against this very team.
Absolutely, they did. How about that? Joe Burrow, 31 completions, and he still doesn't have 300 yards passing yet. That tells you what kind of offense it's been for the Bengals so far. Throw it right side, tight end Drew Sample and Greedy Williams. Nope, JOK rides him to the ground. Still under 300.
Wendell, I think there's a very good chance of that, only because Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, by extension, will both be facing the least number of stacked boxes they've ever seen while playing for Cleveland, because teams won't afford to be able to stack the boxes against them anymore because they're going to have to respect the pass. That's what Deshaun Watson brings to the game for the Browns, and that's something that you can't sit there and just take away the run and hope to win, because Deshaun Watson is going to torch you if you do that.
Another 1st down, but again, they are taking their sweet time getting down the field. Back to pass. Here's a little dig across the middle. Whoa, what a hit. And poor JOK got knocked over after Ronnie Harrison hit T. Higgins into him.
Hey, Marlo, welcome in.
Hey, welcome in, Marlowe. Quick little throw over the middle. Nice catch in traffic there. That's Nick Westbrook, Kenny, former Indiana Hoosier.
Thought for a minute Delpit was going to come away with another pick.
I know. It was kind of nicely behind him. Good throw by Burrow on a 1st and 10 here again. Back to pass. He's going to have to ice the arm down for sure. Out route T. Higgins. They keep him in bounds. Look at JJ3 come up and make a great tackle. Now 36 of 46 for Joe Burrow. He's going to throw it over the middle. Picked again! It's Troy Hill again! No, excuse me, Ronnie Harrison at the 30. 1st down, Browns. That ball was behind the receiver, but so was Ronnie Harrison.
Yep. Bad throw there from Burrow. Sets up Ronnie Harrison. Just happened to be in the right position where the ball is coming. Nice awareness to get his hands up and that ball hawking skill to take it away. Nicely done there from Ronnie Harrison.
Absolutely. 3rd turnover of this 4th quarter for the Bengals and Joe Burrow. It's really turned the game on its head, hasn't it?
Sure has.
34-16, Browns in full chew clock mode here, letting that clock go all the way down before snapping it. And they run a little jet sweep with Amari Cooper, and he's holding on to that ball with 2 hands. He'll pick up 3, give him actually 2, I suppose. A big 2 to the 40-yard line. Sets up a 3rd and 6. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. Would assume we'll just run the ball and then eventually punt if we do not succeed in achieving 1st down yardage. Turn around, Nick Chubb. Whoa, DJ Reader right there, breaking tackles, breaking blockers, and a big TFL on Nick Chubb. That's going to force the Browns to punt, although they're only going to have about a minute or so. Yeah, Marlowe, with the absence of a traditional slot receiver on the roster yet, whether that's a re-signing of Landry, this one's going to check inside the 10 and trickle into the end zone. Whether that becomes Landry or whether we actually end up seeing Jakeem Grant there, I just didn't feel like George Pickens or DPJ were the body types, or Schwartz for that matter, to be in the slot. So it just made the most sense to put Cooper as the quote-unquote slot receiver, and he's been dynamic in that spot for us so far this season. I don't know if that'll be real or not, but that's what we're doing right now. Quick throw to the right side to Hayden Hurst, and Troy Hill buries him quickly. Burrow firing deep, dig route. Caught, but then dropped immediately. They're going to say incomplete. How about Denzel knocking that ball out from Tyler Boyd? Up, hit as he throws. It's a wobbler into traffic again, and somehow Chase brings it down. Jamar Chase finally does a Jamar Chase kind of play, and no one's around to volleyball punch it out there.
Yeah, Jamar Chase absolutely bailing Burrow out of that one, because that was an ugly throw as he was getting hit by about 3 Browns at the same time.
That one's going to be incomplete. Could have been picked again. Kind of a weird little crossing slant concept on the right side. Did not work super well. Burrow again, short out route. He's got T. Higgins, and he's got another 1st down before JOK brings him to the turf. Just 22 seconds left here. Bengals with 1 timeout. Trying to score a pride touchdown, I guess, here. Dig from the left side. It's short again of the 10-yard line. Give it to him at the 11, and they call their final timeout now. 16 seconds left in the game. And back to pass. Very short throw to Mixon, and they will once again be thwarted by the clock. They cannot get lined up quite fast enough, and that's the ball game. 34-16. Your Browns are victorious. A defensive touchdown, some great special teams plays, an electric run from Nick Chubb. And the Browns continue to stay hot now, winners of, 7 in a row or something like that. But a big win today, and they sweep the season series with the Bengals. Remember, they split with the Ravens and split with the Steelers earlier, but sweep the Bengals here. So we'll take a quick look at the Bengals numbers. Kit, you want to wrap it up, and I'll just cycle through these.
Yeah, the Great game, obviously. We saw some great plays from on defense, on offense, on special teams. Really three-phase complementary, just what you want to see. And really got to see some nice play out of some of the stalwarts that we've seen this season. And your David Njoku's, Deshaun Watson, of course, was great. Nick Chubb was great with that incredible stiff arm and that second gear that he took on down the field, which is true to form. But also some great play from some of our rookies that we obviously hope that the Browns get their hands on. Your Marvin Neals, your George Pickens, and really just a fun game all around to close out the series with the Bengals.
Sure was. Watson 17-22 for 249 and 2 touchdowns at 77%, and he has not turned the ball over very recently, which has been awesome. Nick Chubb 10 for 82. And the touchdown, again, look at 72 of those yards after contact. Remember, he took that big stiff arm and then ran for the big touchdown run on the play. Receiving today, the Chief is going to lead everybody with 6 catches, 73 yards. Cooper with 5 for 47, a touchdown. Pickens 3 for 101 for a touchdown. Again, as they really didn't need to throw the ball a bunch with him only having 240 yards passing. Defensively speaking, how about JOK? The Joker was everywhere. 15 tackles for him, 12 for JJ3, 11 for Troy Hill, 11 for Harrison, and 10 for Greg Newsome. 2 sacks today for Myles Garrett, 1 sack by Taki, which was also the forced fumble. A couple of interceptions today by Troy Hill and by Ronnie Harrison. And again, as we talked about, the forced fumble from Taki, which was recovered and scoop and scored by DeMarvin Leal. That's now 6 defensive touchdowns for the Browns defense on the season. So, great job, Browns. This was a fun one. Appreciate everybody being on. Thank you so much to our subscribers. You guys are the best. If you haven't yet subbed the channel, we would appreciate it just because we want to eventually get 1,000 someday so we can get paid for all the bajillions of views that we have, which would be fun. But not necessarily the purpose of why we're doing what we're doing, which is why we never yell at you to smash that like button and all that stuff. So, appreciate you being on. Let's go ahead and advance the week because we can. Again, this sets up a big and important matchup again for the Patriots because of the way that the AFC East has shaped up. So we'll just look directly at the standings since we are here. Browns do now clinch the North with just 1 game remaining. Ravens looks like they ended up losing to the Saints to drop to 10-6. Steelers and Bengals both 7-9. Ravens will clinch the playoffs though, as you can see it right there. No surprises with the Titans. And the Patriots did get a win while the Jets and Bills both lost. So now the Browns with a chance to really stir the pot if they could go into Foxborough. Otherwise, if the Patriots win that game, they win the championship of the AFC East. The Chiefs continue to stay hot. They stay 1 little half game above the Browns. That tie looming large now. And the Broncos clinching as well. In the NFC, I don't know how because their roster really blows, but Justin Fields has the Bears 9-7 and somehow in the lead in that division. Saints, of course, we saw earlier, especially with Jameis, they are dynamic 11-5 to be leading that division. Still so surprised by the Cowboys, 15-1 now, just absolutely motorboating people and winning that first overall seed in the NFC. How about this? 8-8, 8-8, 7-9, 7-9. Going to absolutely come down to the last week of the season, and you could have a team win the division with a losing record, which is pretty bonkers. So again, if the playoffs started today, which of course they don't, but if they did, they would look a little bit like this. Chiefs still have the first seed. Browns with 2, Raiders at 7, 3-6, Titans, Ravens. And again, based on the tiebreakers, the Patriots, again, we saw they were up a half game. They would win, and the Broncos would also squeak in. On the NFC side, of course, we know that the Cowboys would be the first seed. 2 versus 7 would be Saints, 49ers. Bears 3, Buccaneers 6, Rams, and Commanders/football team at 5. So that's what things look like. Hope you have an opportunity to join Kit and I when we bring you Week 18, the 12-3-1 Cleveland Browns at the New England Patriots, and we'll bring it to you live. You can always find out when we're going to go sim by joining the Discord. Check out the link in this description and any other videos descriptions, and you'll always get the heads up. Today I had a full hour to get ready. So appreciate everybody being on. For Kit out on the left coast, Phil here in Central Ohio, we are Nagy on Sports. You guys have a great night. Be safe. Take care of each other. And as always,
go